Beat you.
Hey, mate.
I won.
What's going on?
Ready to ask you some questions. Everyone else interviews us.
We'll show 'em how it's done, eh?
Let's turn the tables. I'm already one up, I beat you.
Got a bigger stride length than me, mate.
True. Very true. Righto. Am I the best trainer you've ever ridden for? Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, I went rogue.
Oh, you're probably top 5, I reckon.
I just went rogue. We've hit the ground running. If you're on a deserted island, what 3 items would you have with you?
A phone. No reception, but we'll be able to watch some movies.
Yep.
Water. You've seen how big the water tanks I have.
Yes, in the boot, very big.
Maybe a hot Sheila.
I know. You want to hope you get no reception then.
Righto, let's see what we've got here. Aside from racing, a favourite sports event you have not been to or want to see?
Probably the US Open. Always intrigues me. I watch it all the time. It'd be good fun. Or Royal Ascot. But I can go there next year with Amelia's Jewel. So let's go the US Open.
Probably Dubai World Cup.
That's a good one. Did you watch it the other night?
I did.
Yeah, good man. If a film were to be made about Simon, who would most likely play his role?
Probably Tom Cruise.
Oh, thanks. You've got the right on Amelia's Jewel still. You don't have to worry about it.
I know you'd say Danny DeVito if it was me. Can you remember your first kiss?
Yep. I can, yep. Donna was her name. I kicked 6 goals before half-time in the footy and I think she was just chasing the stars. That's version A. Version B, I was chasing her for months. You had one race to win, Melbourne Cup, Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup, Golden...
Cox Plate.
Oh, is that because of Northerly?
No, just think it's a great race.
It is a good race.
So many good horses have won it, champions.
You've got to be tough to win it.
How long have we got? What's your best skill outside of racing? Only one. You got too many, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to narrow it down. Layering up with the boys.
All day long?
Yeah. Oh, I can put a bit of mayo on a story.
Really?
Yeah.
Good one.
You are arranging a dinner party. What 3 guests from anywhere in the world would you invite?
Kevin Hart, the guy off Hangover, Zach Galifianakis, and Denzel Washington. Two funny ones, one serious, but I think Denzel would be quite a bit of humour too. If you had to describe me in one word, what would it be? Be nice.
A worker. You work. You do work.
Sometimes not that good, but I work.
And small.
There's 2, but we'll take both.
Yeah.
Captain Obvious.
A worker. Your work ethic is outstanding. What's your go-to dish if you had to cook up a meal in the kitchen?
Can't go wrong with steak. Love a steak.
Well done.
Medium to well.
Because you're tough. Best
and worst subjects in school?
School was always interesting. I went there to eat my lunch and play sport. I got kicked out of class one day and it was Brother Smith. I was 2 weeks in, his year 10, and it was his first year of taking over as principal. And I was kicked out of class. I sat in between the lockers and I was reading the form guide. And he said, "Son, stand up and tell me your name." I said, "Simon Miller, sir." And he said, "Well, there's a name I'll never forget. You're the first person I've seen kicked out of class and you're reading a form guide at year 10. He said, "Son, that form guide will take you nowhere in life." Most embarrassing childhood memory?
When I was about 7, we had a wooden back door and I used to have to climb up to unlock the bolt up the top. Clearly my size. It wasn't because it was a big door, but just a normal size door. So unhooked it and then sort of sprung myself off, but then my shorts got caught on the door handle. I was hanging upside down. I had to wait for Mum to come inside to let me off. My pants were ripping, my shorts were ripping, and I thought I was going to bow out before Mum came.
But too light.
Hey, lucky they were Mum's homemade shorts.
What's the one thing you always do after a big race win?
Don't usually go out and celebrate, but if it's a real good race, just catch up with the connections or whatever. But generally, go home and have a bit of dinner with the family and just chill out. Usually hit the hay early, but generally can't sleep much because you're too wired after a big day.
What do you do to relax away from racing?
Pretty much when I'm away from racing, I try and switch off from racing. If I'm not riding, I don't watch any races. Don't mind fishing. Absolute goat at it. Not greatest of all time. Goat.
Yeah, that's all right. That happens. Massage? You into massages?
Don't mind getting a massage, but not the sort of massage you're on about.
I'm just trying to be professional.
Is there a race in the past that haunts you? Was the Guineas?
Was the Guineas? Yeah, bloody oath. Definitely the Guineas. Kingston Town was... I know we won that one too. Well, we haven't won a Winterbottom.
No.
I've been... Actually, that's been a difficult race. I ran second in it to Carbery one year, and a few times I've gone to the line under a stranglehold on heels, and a couple of times I've been in position ready to strike and got knocked down.
Tough race.
It is hard race, yeah. And then Flirtini was humming one year and it was mad on speed. Yeah, I'm going to go to Winterbottom.
Yeah, I reckon it's a real tough race.
Yeah, Winterbottom.
All right, we'll try and tick that off.
What have you had to give up or miss out on by being involved in racing?
I guess family time, food.
Yeah.
Not
Really? Food?
Not as much as some people.
Food, you had to give up food.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I know. Just thought, like, you know, that.
Yeah.
Mate, what was the question again?
Food. Drink.
No, I don't think I've missed out on much. I came over here at 92 kilos and I'm 115 at the moment. I think I've had fun putting it on.
I already know the answer to this. My opinion anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think was your best ever training achievement?
Winning the Guineas. Just wasn't the easiest of preps. Sort of, she wasn't where we needed her to be at the start, and so we had to try and get her, put weight on and get her fit at the same time, which is hard to do. So we lost a few weeks there, and it was all a bit of a balls in the air juggling act, trying to train her along the way. And the first up run we won, and it was like, wow, had her that soft going into it, and then we had to back her up like 9 days later, and I think she just felt the pinch from the first up run. But so we played the right card and went straight to the Guineas, and we got it right. Looked at Kinners after we hit the line, and I was like, don't cry, and I looked at her, and then I was like, gone. And I was like, wow, because we pulled it off. What's your most annoying habit?
Oh, you'll have to ask Jess. Probably that many of them. Get the eye roll a few times. Probably get a bit grumpy.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I get grumpy, like, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the person that's making me grumpy. You ever think about that?
No. I'm always happy.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, come on.
Outside of me, who's the best jockey you've seen?
I think we're spoiled in Australia, like that everywhere. I think Zach was, like, I did a little bit of work with Zach when I was in Sydney. And then he went to Hong Kong and he's clearly conquered there. I don't have a favourite, but there's a lot that I've had to work in with.
Would you say that there's a lot of jockeys that have got a lot of ability but might not have definitely got to the top because they haven't had the opportunity? Or
I think you make your own luck. It probably comes down to work ethic and whether you're willing to challenge yourself to do it. If you're willing to work hard and have a crack, you can make it. I've seen a lot of talented people go by the wayside because they all think the game's not fair and poor me, when if they'd have just got busy instead of complaining, they might have changed their luck.
okay, cool.
But the cream always rises to the top. They're wide different. Are you a jocks man or a boxer man?
Used to be a boxer man, now I'm a jocks man. You?
Neither.
Free ball, love it. What's the best piece of advice someone's ever given you?
Mick Price gave me a funny one. He said, if you haven't made it in 5 years, get out of the game. There's nothing worse than a broke trainer.
It's probably true though.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You're not right.
We're still here.
What do you think was your best ever ride? Not the car home.
Oh, you got me. I was going to say it. Oh, one of.
Yeah.
I'll just say one of them.
Well, you've ridden a few good ones, have you? And you're pushing your own wheelbarrow now.
Yeah, why
Getting
not?
a bit cocky.
Why not? You won't. I've only got a small wheelbarrow too. Night war in the Karrakatta.
It actually was.
Just close my eyes and hope for the best.
For those that don't know, he drew outside Pont and Pont was Pont. And after 200 metres, he's inside Pont. And Pont was like, I don't know what's happened there. It was a brilliant ride. I've already asked that, sorry. I asked the last question.
Thanks, mate.
I'm getting ahead of myself now. I'm on a roll.
If someone was to write your autobiography, what would the title be?
He had a crack. Whether it be training, hunting, partying.
Well, it would get people's attention because they're going to buy the book because they will say, well,
What did he
wonder
have
what this is about.
What did he have a crack at?
Yeah.
I'd never jump out of a plane.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, I don't. That and bungee jumping.
Yeah, I've done that too.
I had a horse that won 6 in a row at Belmont one day, and the owner gave me a sling, and it was to jump out of a plane. I thought, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I'm sure there was a few trainers or jockeys that would have liked to pack my chute. They got your back, Miller, we'll be right. Who is your favourite sports star or person you admire the most? Excluding me.
Oh, geez, now I've got to think about it.
Yeah, I know. Can't believe they put that on the tail end of the question.
Can't believe it either. Always been in awe of Wayne Harris. Very good rider and battled with his weight, but come through a lot of health issues and adversity and still come out on top.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was going to get it out. Oh, I thought you were going to get out.
I was just starting to run through the bridle. I'm quickening up here. I feel like I need a buzzer.
Well, I'm going to change this one. You never really talk about favourite horses or whatever. What horse would you say is your favourite horse that you've had anything to do with?
Probably Tarn Princess in Melbourne. She was a machine, had that many issues, lightly raced. She came back, there was often times she'd come back from a 300-day layoff and just blow them away first up. She's probably the most freakish. And then I saw one of her offspring go through the Sydney Easter sale when I first started training, and it looked like her, and I thought, right, I'm buying you. And I brought him back here, and he was good fun. Had her ability and was sound. War Prince.
I think I torched that a couple of times. Once, definitely. There's a lot of appreciation goes for a horse that's a tough horse.
Yeah. Have you ever received a spray from Simon, and if so, what's the best one? There's multiple choice.
Countless.
You can have 3 goes at this one.
How long have we got?
No, you can have 3. I'll let you have 3. What's my top 3?
Well, there was the one where we got divorced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got divorced for a few years, and then we dated again, and then...
Yep, we've been in and out of love.
Yeah.
I reckon early on I would have dished out some beauties.
I just used to get a sore neck looking up at him all the time.
And now he just looks up to me. I'll tell you why, because without being arrogant, I knew I'd get to the level I am now purely because of who I'd worked for along the way. So I'd worked for some guns. So I knew I'd be able to train like they did and replicate it. And if you can replicate it, surely you can't go wrong. I wanted to get there tomorrow, and when I didn't get there straight away, I'd just take no prisoners with me. Whether it be staff or jockeys, like if they'd torch one, it felt like I'd gone a step backwards. So I was angry early. And then once we got to where I thought we would, then I sort of mellowed.
Do you have a hobby?
I love watching sport. But now I don't get the opportunity to watch sport because Bluey takes over. Like Geelong was playing the other night, and the little one's got a new set of gardening gloves, so I was out the front gardening while Geelong was playing. Having said that, we got pumped by Collingwood, so it was good that I was out gardening.
I'm not even going to read that one. Julio, when do you plan to retire?
I can't.
Same.
My little one's become accustomed to a lifestyle that I need to be pumping winners out. What celebrity would you rate the perfect 10?
No such thing.
Have you ever seen a perfect 10, Rod?
Have you?
I thought your ride in the Northerly was. I thought that was freakish.
What was your favourite toy?
Yeah, it was a race book. My uncle was a bookie, so I used to go to the races when I was like 6, 7, 8, all around
You
the
were no oak, were you?
No,
You
all
were
around the
always
country. Yeah.
destined to be a trainer.
Yeah, around the countryside. So I used to go to the races with him all the time, and I was allowed to bet because he was a bookie. I could get on with him, but
When you were 6?
yeah, I 6 onwards. I'd just go and have a look at him in the mountain yard and walk up, and I could only do like $5 a meeting. If I did the 5 by race 3, I wasn't allowed on for any more for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And it's not like I could go to another bookie, but being the age I was. Outside of me, best trainer.
Probably Peter Moody.
Yeah, he's a larrikin. You forget, and I enjoyed it at the time, but you're in a bloody good position when, like, say, Caulfield, I was in the hut and there was Moody, Price, Smurden, and the banter that used to just go on there. There's a fair bit of sledging, laughter that goes on. And if someone has a hissy fit, sometimes you'll just leave them alone, or other times you'll egg them on a bit and put a bit more fuel on the fire. But banter's different here, only because the setup's different. There's no hut in the middle. People sort of drift off and watch from their own. Nifty's always one I love to see. And then other mornings, you look at him from a distance, and you're like, I might catch up with him later.
I've seen that look before.
Well, you would have.
Plenty of times.
That's me.
I'm done. Thanks for your time, Simon.
Oh, no worries, Pat, thank you. And I must chase up where Brother Smith is too.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.